Hello, everyone. Welcome to the IACIC Virtual College Fair. We have an exciting session today. Before we get started, a couple housekeeping items. Note that your camera and microphone are off, so if you have any questions, you'll need to use the Q&A button. Do note the panelists can't see or hear you. As I noted before, again, the Q&A button is there for your questions, so type them to the presenters at any time. Also note that we have additional sessions available for other institutions. So if you have interest, go to the StriveScan website and choose any of your liking. A recording of this is being taken and will be posted on strivescan.com/Illinois. With those behind us, we'll turn it over to our first presenter from Kent State University.
All right, let me share my screen here. Okay. There we go. All right. Well, good evening, everybody. My name is Brian Crescenzo. I'm one of the assistant directors here at Kent State University. I'm actually filling in for my colleague, Sandra Heiner. She is actually on maternity leave right now. She'll be returning to us in about a month. So you'll be hearing from her pretty soon there. But I just wanted to quickly talk to you about our university. Now we're located in Kent, Ohio, which is about 40 minutes away from Cleveland, 10 minutes outside of Akron. The Akron airport's close to us. The Cleveland airport's only about like a 35-minute drive from our campus too as well. But the Kent campus itself, we do have roughly around 20,000 undergraduate students and over 4,200 first-time freshmen end up enrolling in our campus every fall semester. And of those, we have about 1,000 of them are out-of-state residents. So we do have a strong out-of-state population at our university because those students are coming to our campus for over 350 different bachelor degree programs that we have to offer. We have anything from accounting all the way down to zoology. Now, some of our more popular majors on our campus that we're known for, we have a phenomenal fashion program for fashion merchandising and fashion design. We have a musical theater program, architecture, interior design in there too as well. A great nursing program that can set you up for nursing anywhere around the country, education too as well. But we have a lot of opportunities for you as well. If you don't know what you want to major in, we have what's called our exploratory program. We'll explore all of our majors, but we gear it around your interests for you. We'll help you out, help you settle on what type of career path you want to go into. Like if you want to do something in the sciences, but you think business is a logical choice, we'll put you in those two courses. We'll pair you up with an upperclassman, with a professional, so you'll know, is this the right career path for you? And you can still graduate within 4 years. Now, also with our campus too as well, it's not just about the academic experience, it's about living on campus too as well, because we don't want you to just be successful academically. We want to help you grow personally. Now, there's a wide variety of different halls to choose from. We have over 24 different halls to choose to live in. You can live in a community dedicated to your major, special interests, your background, whatever it may be. You can live with someone that you've met through social media, someone that's your best friend that maybe wanted to come out of state to our campus with you. You have a wide variety of choices there. And when you come for a visit on our campus, we actually show you what the actual rooms look like. And you also see what the bathroom facilities look like too as well. We also encourage our students who live on our campus to get involved and to stay active. Right now for this fall semester, we have 427 different student organizations for you to be a part of. We have something for everybody, whether it's geared towards your academics, your personal beliefs, club sports, whatever it may be. My favorite organization to talk about is the Kent State University DFW Club, down for whatever. They meet on a weekly basis and they do something different every week. They may go to the rec center one night or cheer on athletics another night or just have a study session. We have something for everybody here where you can make those lifelong friends, have that true college experience here at our university, because that's what we're all about. It's just having you enjoy your time and making sure you become a success story, not just in your academic life, but in your professional life too as well. But how do you become that success story? It all starts by applying to our campus. Now you can apply to our campus either through the Kent State application or the Common App. We'll accept either one. And all we need from you is your high school transcripts. There's no essays, no letters of recommendation, and we do not require the ACT or SAT scores here at our university. Now, something else we always want to cover too as well is the cost. As you can see, it's $33,211 per year. That's your tuition, that's your food plan, that's your housing all combined into one. But we have what we call the Ohio Tuition Guarantee, where we lock in those prices there for you, so you do not see an increase in cost during your 4 years here on our campus. Now, we also have scholarships available. The key deadline for application to our university is February 1st. As long as you apply by then, you'll automatically be considered for any scholarships that we have to offer. You can check those out through our scholarship website, kent.edu/scholarships there, and we'll be able to keep you posted on everything that has to offer for you. I also recommend too as well giving us a follow on social media, because we'll keep you guys up to date. We put on virtual sessions. We actually have a virtual campus tour where it's a live one, where you'll actually walk around with a tour guide and they'll show you exactly where you want to go to on our campus. We call them our iPhone tours here at our university. So we have these opportunities. Give us a follow. I'll put my contact information in the chat too as well, and Sandy's contact information too for you if you guys have any questions or concerns in the future. But that's really it about Kent State. And I'm going to turn it over to the next presenter, which I believe is Bowling Green. So thank you guys.
Okay, Brian, you're on mute.
Can you hear me well?
Loud and clear.
All right, sorry about that, technical difficulties. All right, so good evening, everyone. My name is Brian from BGSU Admissions. I am actually the admissions counselor responsible for the state of Illinois, so I'll be your primary point of contact throughout your admissions process. So let's go ahead and get started, and we're going to learn today about belonging, standing out, and going far. One of the biggest things that you need to know about BGSU is we do represent over 50 different states, 70 plus different countries worldwide. Our population is roughly about 20,000 undergraduate students and grad. Of the incoming class, we have 20% racially and ethnically diverse. The other thing that I want to understand is we do have an amazing division of diversity and belonging, and they do an amazing job with different initiatives and programs and different events that go on campus. We are a residential campus with a 2-year living requirement, so you would be required to live on campus your first 2 years, so freshman and sophomore year. And this is going to give you a really good opportunity and chance to really see what it's like to be on campus, live on campus, and meet a bunch of different people. So biggest thing that we stress is, being able to find your home away from home, right? Especially out-of-state students. As we continue, one of the biggest programs that we have here on campus is definitely the Life Design program. And what that program entails is it gives you, the student, an opportunity to meet with a life design coach to, have a one-on-one session and basically help you experience your college experience and overall experience after college, right? As we continue, one of the biggest ways we also stand out is with our 200 plus undergraduate majors and programs. And you can look at that at bgsu.edu/majors. We have an average class size of about 24, so that could average anywhere from 15 to about 35 students in the classroom. We have a 9-to-1 student to faculty ratio, so that's going to give you that opportunity to actually get to meet your professor and meet them on a personal level and get to know them. We offer free tutoring at the Learning Commons, which is in the Jerome Library, and that's going to give you, the student, an opportunity to either have tutoring, whether that's peer tutoring, writing consultants, one-on-one tutoring, regardless of major, and it's totally 100% free as a BGSU student. We are #1 in the Midwest for student satisfaction, so I can guarantee you this much, that the moment you step foot on campus and you come visit us, you'll immediately understand why people are satisfied with the different opportunities and everything we have to offer. We are #3 in the country for teaching quality. And so we have the professionals and the faculty members and everyone necessary to give you the absolute best academic experience possible. One of the programs we have is the FLY program, and this is more so for the students that may have a learning disability, whether that's ADHD or anxiety or whatever the case may be, but you'll have a specialist that'll work with you one-on-one throughout your 4 years to help you navigate college. And for the students that want to be more academically challenged and everything like that, we do offer the Honors College. It gives you the opportunity to have more rigorous courses in place of your general ed courses. One of the ways, that we go beyond the classroom and whatnot is we have 400 plus student organizations. One of the cool things that we did this year is Campus Fest, and that happens annually, gives you, the student, an opportunity to walk around campus and look at the different student organizations that are out there with their tables, and it gives you an opportunity to see what there is to be involved with. We are part of, we have 18 NCAA Division I teams. They all compete in the MAC conference, and 23 club sports, 56 intramurals. And we do have a study abroad program that gives you, the student, an opportunity to study out of the country and basically get to see what it's like to be in other parts of the world. The BGSU Career Center does a phenomenal job of making sure that, you're not just a student, and we're going to prepare you professionally and personally in every aspect possible so that you are ready by the time you get out of college. The Career Center does a phenomenal job of working with our 300 plus employers that provide co-ops and internships. We do have a 97% placement rate. So that simply means that of the graduates that graduate, 97% of them are either employed, are in grad school, or are starting a business within as little as 6 months of graduating. So the first thing, to be involved in whatnot, the first thing you do is apply to BGSU. And you can do that either on the Common App or on our website. And you can, just so you know, we do have a $45 application fee. Once you submit your high school's transcripts, official high school transcripts, and your test scores, we are test optional, just so you know, for the fall of 2022. But once all of that's said and done, and you've been through through the review and whatnot, you'd be accepted. Once you've been accepted, you'd be eligible for different scholarships and things like that. And making sure you go on studentaid.gov and getting all of that stuff done as soon as possible is essential within your admissions process. We have the Falcon tuition guarantee, and right to the right there is our non-Ohio resident total, $30,425, and that includes tuition fees, our non-resident fee, room, and our bronze meal plan. And so just want everyone to know that we do have one of the most lowest tuition rates here in the state of Ohio. And so we, pride ourselves on affordability, and we understand. As we continue, we do have automatic and renewable scholarships, and just based off of GPA, but we also have a scholarship guide that's going to give you that opportunity to look for different scholarships that you may be eligible for. And so to leave off on this, we do offer tons of different virtual opportunities. You can go ahead and look those up at bgsu.edu/virtual. Different things as far as like scholarships, majors, living on campus, and honors college, as far as virtual opportunities to learn more about our institution. And so visit us. I'll go ahead and put my contact information in the chat box, and feel free to ask me any questions throughout the rest of the evening. And I'll go ahead and pass it on over.
Brian, thanks so much. Great job. We're on to our next presenter from Deakin University.
Yep. Just getting my screen up here. Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Tori Ellenberger. I'm from Deakin University, which is located in Australia. So just a bit about Australia to begin with. When we think about Australia, often we're thinking about things such as Vegemite, if we've had the pleasure of trying it, those cute fuzzy animals, koalas, kangaroos, and things such as Tim Tams. But there's a lot more to Australia that we often don't think about, and that is the top quality research and learning opportunities that are afforded to students who endeavor to undertake an education overseas. A bit about where Deakin is located in the country. So here's the map of Australia. Deakin has 5 campuses. Our main campus is just outside of the Melbourne CBD, about 25 kilometers, or in miles. It would take you, approximately 30 minutes by car or an hour by public transport. And again, that's all dependent on traffic. A little bit further down the road is our campus in Geelong. We have 2 campuses in Geelong, actually. And then further down, yet down the coast, is our Warrnambool campus. Just a little bit more about Australia in general. We've got about 1 in 4 Aussies that have been born overseas. And it's a really multicultural, diverse population, and very welcoming, a sense of humor and charm unlike any other. I'll tell you a bit more about Melbourne as a city. It's been named the world's most livable city for over 10 years in a row, and is known for things such as coffee culture, artists, laneways, some beaches, very vibrant CBD culture. More about our campuses. So the Melbourne Burwood campus, as I mentioned, is the closest to the city of Melbourne itself. It's also our largest campus. So Deakin overall has about 65,000 students across our 5 campuses, and the majority of them would be enrolled at our Melbourne Burwood campus. It just so happens that on this campus, it coincides with areas of expertise with those experiential learning opportunities and facilities that are available to students on this campus. So for example, we've got a multi-million-dollar exercise and sports science building, as you can see over here, where students see live clients and run live experiments. And down here, a nursing simulation. And we have a TV studio as well as a motion capture lab all on that campus. Then, like I said, in Geelong, it's about an hour from the Melbourne CBD, but this was Deakin's foundation campus. It's also one of the largest by land mass campuses in university, powered by solar and wind that we've produced on site. And it has around 9,000 students. So on this campus, you would be seeing facilities that are around engineering. So we've got an advanced center for design and engineer training for our engineer students called the Cadet Center. We also have an advanced frontier metals and materials institute, as well as a crime scene house. Oopsie. And then also in Geelong is our beautiful waterfront campus. So this is where we have our moot law courts, some occupational therapy labs, and really is housed in some of the old wool factory buildings that have been converted into teaching and learning space. So like I mentioned, Warrnambool is furthest away from the city of Melbourne. It's about 4 hours down the road, but a gorgeous campus, a number of aquaculture facilities at this campus. So if you're really into marine science, this might be a good option for you. And nursing is quite good at this campus as well. Small campus. So if you're looking for a really close experience with those you're studying and working and living with, that has around 500 students. So a really personal experience there. We also have a cloud campus. It's around 16,000 students and our fastest growing campus. So Deakin is very well known for as being Australia's digital academy. We started out as a correspondence university and have grown along with the technology. So we've got a number of enhancements that help assist with the learning and teaching and student experience. So Deakin is the top university in our state for student satisfaction for the last 9 years and counting. And we also have #1 university career services. And you can see how we integrate practical hands-on learning with our areas of expertise that are highlighted here on our various campuses. So very well known for exercise and sports science, sport management, marine science, psychology, education, and food and nutrition. Academics and entry. So entry requirements, we typically would ask for SAT or ACT, but that has been waived. And we have 3 intake dates. So rolling admissions, so you don't have to feel stressed about a deadline. You apply direct to the university. There's no fee. It's a very straightforward process. And we have 3 intakes. So that would be 1 in March, 1 in July, and 1 in November. Plenty of on-campus accommodation if that's your thing, but we'll also help you find options off campus if you would rather. And we've got scholarships available as well. Like I said, my name's Tori. I'm based in North Carolina and happy to help with any questions you might have. Thank you.
Victoria, thank you so much. We're on to our next presenter from Macquarie University.
Awesome. Hopefully everyone can see that. My name is Leanne Allen and I represent Macquarie University, which is in Sydney, Australia. So just moving up from Victoria, where Tori was talking about Deakin University. It's about an hour flight between the two cities, which are the biggest cities in Australia. As a student at Macquarie, you have the best of both worlds. You have the big cosmopolitan city experience, as you can see here, which is a stunning city and home to 8 million people. Then you can head to the beaches, which are equally as stunning. This is Bondi Beach, one of our most famous beaches in Australia. And fun fact for you, if you saw one new beach in Australia every day, it would take you 27 years to see them all. So from the beaches, you can head back to campus, which is a beautiful Parklands University. We're home to 40,000 students, and of that, there are 12,000 international students. So one of the world's most international universities, which I think is one of the coolest parts about studying at Macquarie. We have a lot happening on campus, as you would expect from any US or international school. We have all the clubs and associations, as you would expect. That first photo there is our mascot, the Macquarie, who is in a Scottish kilt because we are named after the 5th Governor of New South Wales, who was Scottish. That second photo there is part of our athletic and health centre, which has 2 swimming pools. I always like to point that out because our weather does allow an outdoor swimming pool. If it's below 60 degrees in winter, we'll complain it's too cold. If it's above 90 degrees in summer, we'll complain it's too hot. So we do like a very temperate Mediterranean climate in Sydney. If you think you'll miss the snow, that's okay. You can find it about a 2 or 3 hour drive out of Sydney. So it is there if you need it. We have 24-hour, 7-day-a-week support services at the university. So if you have been out and you lost your purse or wallet, or if you're feeling a bit homesick and you want to speak to someone, you can certainly go to our student centre and they are there to assist you at any time. When you first arrive in Australia, we will pick you up from the airport and take you back to the accommodation. Even if you're with the family, we'll take everyone back, whether you're staying on campus or off. We have a full week of orientation then leading up to the first semester of your study. So you get to know the campus, join as many clubs and associations as you can. You get to explore the city and get ready for your degree program. Speaking of which, in Australia, our degrees are generally 3 years in duration because we don't have general education requirements, and that's the same as the UK, New Zealand, and lots of Europe as well. If you don't know what you want to study, you can do a double degree. So for example, a Bachelor of Arts and a Bachelor of Commerce, which is a 4-year degree program, but you do need to know what you want to study at the time of application. You can't go in undecided. Some professional programs like engineering are 4-year degree programs, but generally speaking, a majority of the degrees are 3 years. Our most popular courses are our international business, business administration, as well as media and communications, criminology and cybersecurity as well, which are awesome jobs if you want a high earning career at the end of it. In engineering, we specialize in software and telecommunications engineering. And fun fact for you, we actually invented Wi-Fi, so you're welcome. We also have really strong earth and environmental sciences. So if you're thinking about climate science or sustainability, Macquarie is a great place for that. And finally, our flagship program is our Bachelor of Clinical Science and Doctor of Medicine degree, which is a 6-year program out of high school. And essentially at the end of those 6 years, you are able to register as a doctor. So saving 4 years if you're going to do it in the States, which is generally an 8 to 10-year program and can be a lot more affordable as well. We do have on-campus accommodation. It's not guaranteed or compulsory, but as long as you apply early, you shouldn't have any problems getting that accommodation. Normally, you do have your own bedroom and you might have your own bathroom as well, depending on which option you choose. They really vary in price as well. So again, you just need to decide which is going to best suit you and your budget. We do have meal plans, but they are associated with the accommodation. So keep that in mind when you are looking at that. It isn't like the States where it's sort of based on the university. So tuition, it's about $40,000 total cost of attendance for a year of study with us. Generally, it's about $24,000 for tuition, although it can be a bit more depending on what you want to study. So when you consider the fact it is a 3-year degree program, it can be a really attractive option. We do have US financial aid and GI bills available for students as well, and we do have merit-based scholarships. So as long as you have a strong application, you'll be looking at $10,000 towards your first year of study. You're also able to work in Australia, and minimum wage is actually now $20 an hour, which is super attractive for students, just to help with extra living costs and travel if you choose to do that as well. It's really easy to apply to the university. You submit a free application through our website, and we offer rolling admission. So you can apply at any time in your senior year. We normally require the SAT or ACT, but we are currently test optional, so you can apply just with your GPA. We do not require essays or recommendation letters. So it is a really straightforward application. The GPA/test scores are based on what you want to study, so it does vary, but it's very transparent on the website. So in theory, we should have 100% acceptance rate because you could look at exactly what you need to gain entry into the university, and if you've achieved that, you will get an offer. Once you have your offer, you will be able to purchase your overseas healthcare insurance and make your commencement fee, get your visa and book your flights to Australia. And I will assist you throughout all of that as well. As Tori briefly mentioned, we have 2 intakes in February and July and a shorter intake in November as well. And students can certainly do internships and study abroad and further exchange opportunities as well. Thank you so much for joining. Again, my name is Leanne and I'm based in Los Angeles, and I would be more than happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Leanne, thank you so much. We're on to our next presenter from Concordia University.
Hi, everyone. My name is Arwen Fleming, and I'm here to talk to you about Concordia University. Along with my colleague Ashley from UBC, we're here to convince you that Canada is a great option for you to study if you're coming from the United States. So I just want to start by talking about our university. We are one of the youngest universities in Canada, but also one of the largest. We're actually currently ranked #1 in Canada and one of the highest in North America for universities under 50 years old, and that's based on our innovative approach to teaching and learning. We have more than 50,000 students here at Concordia, and about 37,000 of those students are undergraduates, with about 20% of our population being international students. So it's definitely a great place if you're looking to have an international experience. Not only do we have a lot of international students here and you won't feel alone, but Montreal, as I'll talk about in a minute, is also a very international place to be without being too far from home in the United States. So if you need a little geography refresher about where Montreal is in Canada, you'll see here we're just on the eastern part of the country. We're only about a 2-hour flight from Chicago, just to put that into perspective, and really close to the Vermont border. It's a really easy drive from there, just to help you imagine where we are. And Montreal, of course, is where we're very proud to be centered. We're officially the best student city in North America for a couple of years running now, and one of the best student cities in the world. And that's not a surprise to any of us who live here. I am based in Montreal. I've lived here 14 years, and it's one of the most welcoming and diverse and inclusive cities that I've ever lived. It's really easy to get around. It's quite affordable. We love good food. We love good music. We love festivals. So you can see this is a shot of the old port towards downtown in Montreal. That beautiful hill in the background is known as Mount Royal, and that's actually also a park that was designed by the same landscape architect who did Central Park, and it's one of my favorite places to be in the city no matter what time of year. It's also a great place to learn French if you want, but we are an English-speaking university and you don't need to speak French in order to come and study here. It's a wonderful place to immerse yourself in all the things that are awesome about living in Canada, about feeling safe, feeling welcomed, but also feeling like you're in a really international, globally centered city because people from all over the world come here to study and to work, and it's a very exciting place to be and affordable at the same time. So I want to talk about our 2 campuses. Our first campus, and this is our largest campus in terms of the number of students and programs we have here, is called the Sir George Williams campus. It's downtown in Montreal. It's where you're going to find our School of Business, our School of Engineering, Computer Science, our Faculty of Fine Arts, and a lot of our humanities and social science programs. We have a residence downtown, which is known as the Grey Nuns Residence. It's super cool. It's in an old heritage building, but super modern and renovated, and easy access to your classes downtown, as well as a direct connection to the subway system and all downtown shopping and festival scenes. But you can actually live on either campus. We also have Loyola campus. This is where I studied. It has a really self-contained kind of traditional green campus feel, a real cool mix of modern and heritage buildings. And this is where you'll find our natural science programs, things like psychology and physics and biology, our applied science hub, exercise science, and communications and journalism, as well as our varsity sports. And there's just a 20-minute shuttle between them. This is west of downtown, so you really can have the best of both worlds with the 2 campuses. Now moving on just to talk about what we offer in terms of programs. We have 4 schools. We have the John Molson School of Business. Those are some of our really internationally regarded programs like International Business and Marketing. Our Faculty of Arts and Science, Communication, and Political Science are two of the really strong arts programs we're known for, or sorry, social science humanities programs that we're known for. We also have a new program in bioinformatics that I'd love to geek out about if anyone wants to ask me. We have the Faculty of Fine Arts, one of the largest fine arts faculties in Canada, one of the larger ones in North America, with more than 26 programs to focus on in the digital arts, performing and visual arts. And of course, our Gina Cody School of Engineering and Computer Science. So everything from aerospace and electrical engineering to building engineering, cybersecurity, computer software engineering, etc. And things about studying in Canada. So I'm sure that Ashley from UBC and I will both be talking about this a bit, but if you're studying Canada from the US, it is an internationally recognized degree. It's fully portable. So if you're thinking of applying to law school or med school in the US after graduation, or you want to come back and go straight into the workforce, your bachelor's degree is fully accredited and recognized in the United States and around the world. It's also really affordable for US students to study in Canada. So for instance, at Concordia, the total cost of attendance, including your tuition, your room and board, is going to range between about $23,000 to $29,000 US. So it's quite comparable and sometimes even a little more affordable than studying out of state. It's very good value for your money to have a high quality of education at an affordable rate. It's also a very easy application, which I'll get into in a few minutes. And you can learn and stay here after your studies. So you can work for up to 3 years in Canada on your student permit after you graduate. So that's a really exciting thing to consider. So getting that international experience, but not so far from home. In terms of our admission requirements, it's quite straightforward, but it is going to be very program specific, much like the Australian universities talked about. So we've always been test optional. We don't require standardized tests like ACT or the SAT. We're going to be looking for specific grade minimums by program. So say you're looking in the Faculty of Arts and Science, it's going to be potentially a minimum of a C+ for a program like history, but if you want to do actuarial science, we're going to look for an A minimum. So it'll be very program specific. Business, B overall, B in math. Science programs, we'll look at your math and science grades. Engineering, math and physics. Fine arts, minimum of C+, but we want to see that portfolio at admission too. Portfolio and audition needs to be quite strong. You apply directly on our website, concordia.ca/apply. You're going to pay a $100 application fee, upload some documents, apply up to 3 programs. Really straightforward process, and then we'll give you a decision within about a month or so. And you want to make sure that you upload your documents by March 1st at the latest. I recommend February 1st, but you can talk to me about that if you like. So I hope I've given you a good introduction on what we have to offer. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'll put my contact information in the chat, but it's on the screen for the moment. And please stick around for the Q&A so we can chat more. Thanks so much.
Thank you. We're on to our last presenter from the University of British Columbia.
Hello, everyone. I'm just going to share my screen. Hopefully you guys can all see it. We're going to hit presenter mode, and this is not the correct one. I apologize, folks. I'm the last one and I'm struggling. Here we go. All right, hello, everyone. My name is Ashley Rosary. I am from the University of British Columbia. Similar to my colleague from Concordia, we are located in Canada, and I'm super, super excited to talk to you about who we are and what we offer here at UBC. So before we get into the presentation, I'd like to acknowledge that UBC is located on the traditional and ancestral land of the Silks Okanagan Nation, as well as the Musqueam Nation. Alrighty, so we just want to declare that the land that we are currently on has been a living and learning community for over 1,000 years, and we hope to continue to nourish that living and learning community here at UBC. So there's 3 things that I like to tell students when they're not only considering university in Canada, but just considering going abroad, period, point blank. As a former international student myself coming to Canada, being from California, there are 3 things that I encourage you, 3 questions I encourage you to ask is, what does this university offer as it relates to academic excellence? Is the university located in a location that you're willing to live in for the next 4 to 5 years? And what active learning opportunities does the institution have? And so here at UBC, we believe that we have quite a unique balance of these 3, and we're going to talk about that in the remaining 5 minutes of this presentation. So there are over 25,000 universities across the world. You're fortunate enough to get exposed to about 6 of us, but there are a number of universities from across the world, and UBC is in the top 40 for research universities. And that stat is it's cool, I guess, but whenever I hear stats from UBC, I always ask the question of why do they have that stat? And so the reason why we have the statistics that we have is because we are globally recognized for our high academic standards. You see those high academic standards in our admissions requirements all the way till graduation because our professors are teaching at such a high level. But we don't only teach at a high level. We hope to give you a nourishing environment that allows for you to be academically excellent throughout your degree. So we have this rich learning environment which means that we have tutorial centers, we have professors who teach at a high regard. We have a lot of supports that are here to help you as you pursue your degree here at UBC. My favorite statistic of all is that UBC is the most international university in North America, which speaks to our diverse student body. So we have over 18,000 international students coming from over 160 different countries, and that plays a huge role in our students' experience here at UBC. And now that we've kind of talked about the diversity of our student body, let's talk about where our students are located. So we are fortunate enough to have 2 campuses similar to Concordia. And one thing that I like to mention about our 2 campuses is the mere fact that yes, we have 2 campuses, but we are one university. So when you graduate from UBC, no matter which campus you choose, you will be walking away with a UBC degree. It's just that your experiences may look different. Our Vancouver campus is located in the city of Vancouver, which is the 3rd largest city in Canada. And our Okanagan campus is located in the main city of the Okanagan Valley, which arguably is going to be a smaller campus because it's one of our smaller main cities here in Canada. Just to give you some perspective, when you're applying to UBC, you're going to choose between one campus because unfortunately you can't hop between campuses because they're so far away from one another. So it's about an hour flight and a 4-hour drive, which plays a role in the experience, being that Vancouver's in the city across the coastal line, and then the Kelowna campus is in the Okanagan Valley. So you're going to have harsher winters in the Kelowna campus. Just to give you some perspective on numbers, so our Vancouver campus has over 46,000 students, whereas our Okanagan campus has just over 10,000 students. One thing that we like to encourage students to think about is their active learning opportunities that we have here at UBC. We have a number of them, whether it's research, work experience, athletics, clubs, or our Go Global program, all of which are there to help and support you in having a life outside of your academics. My favorite piece of our active learning is the fact that you can have and participate in cooperative education, which really means that you can apply what you're learning in the classroom into the workforce, where you'll be able to study, alternate between study and work terms, gaining up to anywhere from 1 year to 2 years of paid work experience. One thing that I like to tell students who are international students is this is quite useful, being that over 90% of our students who are in co-op programs often receive a job offer within 1 month of their graduation. So that's a really good statistic, and something that you're going to find not only at UBC, but at a number of universities within Canada. Here in Canada, we really believe in cooperative education. So UBC is ranked in the top 20 in the world for multiple subjects. We have over 290 majors that are within 44 degree programs and 18 faculties. So we have lots of options available to our students, but we don't just have lots of options, we have quality education within those lots of options. And just to wrap up, our application process is quite similar to a number of the universities that have been here, that have mentioned. You're going to choose your campus and choose your degree. Then following that, you need to complete your application by January 15th, submit your documents by March 15th, and then you will hear back from us sometime in March and April. And 3 main components of our admission requirements are academic performance, supplementary information, and competitive evaluation. So we're encouraging to stay connected with us. I'll put my email in the chat. And again, I'm thanking you so much for joining us, and we're looking forward to the remainder of today's session.
Thank you. That'll conclude our last presenter. And the time we have left, we're going to have our presenters offer their perspective on the following question. We'll ask our presenters to answer the question in the order that we just presented, starting with Kent State. The question is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process?
Do your best to visit the campus physically, or in this day and age, as much as you can virtually, because understanding that you're going to be there possibly for the next 4 or more years if you continue on your education at a higher level.
I'd have to second on that one as well. Being able to visit campus and actually see what the campus has to offer as far as resources and opportunities is essential, especially having that ability to feel like you can actually picture yourself at campus for 4 years or at the university or wherever it is you want to go to.
I'd say don't limit your search geographically. Explore what opportunities are available overseas as well.
Second, Tori, obviously, and with 4 international schools here, you've got great opportunities on the call, but don't be afraid to look a bit further. And if the thought of going a full degree overseas is a bit daunting, that's okay. Just make sure you do a study abroad or exchange opportunity during your degree, because no one ever regrets going overseas to study.
I think something to think about too is fit, and thinking about not just the program that you're going to study, but really think like, what is the environment? Who is the community that's going to support you? And taking that time to really make use of recruitment officers or admissions professionals, reach out to current students, like connect with us to like find out, is this the place where you can feel that you're challenged to really pursue your academic goals and build the future that you want?
I would say ask all the questions you can think of asking, my friend. You are investing, well, no matter which university you're choosing, you're investing a lot of money. Whether it's you're investing in getting a FAFSA, or it's your parents. You guys have the right to ask questions. I'm sure all 6 universities can tell you that's our job, is to answer your questions. So if you have a question of how, what is the grade of grass on the campus, that is something that we want to answer, because you're investing money. And so that's the biggest thing I can encourage you to do. If you can get to campus, cool. But ensure, the best way to ensure that this is going to work for you is to ask questions. And that's what I think all 6 of us, I see some people shaking their head. That's what we want to do, is answer your questions. So we're here to support you, no matter which university you choose.
Thank you. In the time we have left, we'll do just one more question. What's one thing you want students to remember about your school?
Oh man, I gotta go first for this one and be real quick. It feels like home. Like honestly, I'm an alum of the university, and it goes back to visiting the campus. It feels like home, and I love everything about Kent State.
For me in particular, for the students, it'd have to be similar to Brian from Kent State. It's got to feel like home. You have to have that opportunity to get on campus and see yourself there for 4 years. You got to understand that those 4 years are quick, and you need to be able to enjoy those 4 years. And also being able to remember about us is the different opportunities we have to offer.
One thing I'd like you to remember about Deakin is that we see you, we hear you. Despite being a really large university in terms of numbers, we make it our goal to put the student as the compass. So as Ashley was saying, when you ask a question, it's our job at Deakin. Student experience is really important to us. So we want to make your journey and your time at Deakin as meaningful as possible. So it's about the student.
At Macquarie, I'd say you've got the best of both worlds, that big cosmopolitan city experience, but you can retreat back to campus, which is a stunning parkland university. Is very welcoming and vibrant atmosphere.
I think with Concordia, it's really similar to my Australian colleagues. I think what I would say is that it's an international experience that's not far for you from home, but it's a place where you can build an international community that you're going to carry with you for the rest of your life.
Man, this is a difficult question. I would arguably say that it's very similar to everyone else. I think one thing that I love to remember is it's Canada. Vancouver's a pretty cool city. You get the warm weather, you get the cold weather. It's kind of, everything, all 4 or 5 seasons you're going to find here at either of our campuses. And, we've got over thousands of American students who are coming. And so you're going to be able to find your people, whether it's, people that are from, the state that you're from or that are from a different country. So if you're looking for an international experience, come to Canada.
Thank you. For our last question, what is one myth you'd like to debunk about the college admissions process?
The cost. You can always find a way to help cover those costs. All of us are here dealing with you guys coming away from your state. We can find ways to help you cover those costs through different scholarship opportunities, financial opportunities. Don't be scared by that sticker price. Very few students pay that actual sticker price for any institution.
I would have to agree also with Brian. Don't let that price overwhelm you, regardless of where it is you want to go. Look at the different scholarship opportunities and everything else that is available to you. And that's what I'm gonna leave off with that.
I'd just like to say it's not time bound. So yes, there are deadlines. Yes, you make a decision at a point in time, but that does not mean that that's where it ends. So yes, you find your dream university and then you find out, oh, I got in here, they have a partnership with UBC or a partnership with Macquarie or Deakin, and really just don't let it be such a definitive point in your educational journey.
Probably an unpopular opinion, but if you go to a university for a year or 2 and you hate it, you can leave. It's okay. You have not signed a written contract to say you will finish that degree. So don't stress, you'll be fine and you will find your place.
Absolutely. I agree with Leanne. I think that there's no one right way to do this, and I think I see a lot of students get really anxious about trying to fit themselves into a mold, whether that's to fit a specific school or to go in a specific pathway. And really, you have so much potential. And like a lot of us have said here already, we want you to find the right fit. And if that means changing programs, do it. You start off in business and you're like, oh my God, actually, I want to do dance. That's a bit extreme maybe in your mind, but honestly, find your passion and follow it. And don't feel like you need to just do it right every single step of the way.
Oh man, it's hard being last because I would just want to just tag on to what everyone's saying. And you know what? I agree. Everyone had a valid point. I think to sum it up, you don't have to have it figured out at 17, 18, 19. You have support to help figure it out, whether it's one of us 6 folks who are on today's call or the support systems that you have in your life. So take this admissions process day by day and enjoy it. This is going to be an interesting time the next 6 months. So you got support and you're going to make it through.
Thank you. And we thank all of our presenters today for the great information. Appreciate it. Great job. We'd ask our participants to fill out the quick 5-question survey. And also note we have additional sessions if you have interest. So again, a plug for strivescan.com. And then finally, the recording will also be posted to strivescan.com/Illinois. Thanks everyone and have a great day.